ticking into the decade of cool. The 1990s were a time of vibrant culture and unforgettable trends. Setting the stage, the 1990s, Britpop, the Spice Girls. These were the icons that defined a generation. And yes, watches. Remember those? Before the smartphone, we relied on these wristbound gadgets. They were our constant companions. They told time, sure, but they were so much more. They were symbols of style, status, and individuality. The 80s, with their digital craze, were over. The 90s were different. Analog was back, and it was cooler than ever. A new era for watches dawned. This wasn't just about telling time, it was about making a statement. It was about expressing who you were. Watches in the 90s became an extension of you, like a cool pair of jeans or a grunge-tastic flannel shirt. They were part of your identity. They reflected your personality, your tribe, and boy, were there tribes. From the grunge kids to the preppy crowd, everyone had their own style, and their watches were a big part of that. Casio, a name that resonates with nostalgia and innovation. The name is synonymous with the 90s, a decade of bold fashion and groundbreaking technology. These weren't your granddad's stuffy timepieces. They were vibrant, full of life, and ahead of their time. Casio was a riot of tech and affordability, making cutting-edge technology accessible to everyone. The Casio calculator watch, a legend in its own right, it could tell time and do your maths homework, making it a favorite among students and professionals alike. What more could you ask for? It was the ultimate multitasking tool. Then there was the G-Shock, virtually indestructible. These watches were tough, built to withstand the harshest conditions. They could take a beating and keep on ticking, no matter what you threw at them. Perfect for skateboarding, wipeouts, or mosh pit mayhem, they became a symbol of resilience and style. And the beeps, music to our ears, a reminder of simpler times and innovative designs. Casio proved that digital didn't have to be dull. It could be exciting, engaging, and full of personality. It could be fun, functional, and downright cool. Casio watches were more than just timepieces, they were a statement. Swatch. The Swiss rebels of the watch world, they took the stuffy Swiss watchmaking tradition and injected it with a dose of pop culture. Suddenly, watches were colourful, playful, collectible. They were art for your wrist. Each swatch told a story. From bold graphics to collaborations with artists, Swatch was a breath of fresh air. They were affordable luxury. You could have a drawer full and swap them to match your mood. Swatch made watches fun again. They proved that timekeeping didn't have to be serious business. Section 4. Timex and Rolex, the analog titans hold strong. Amidst the digital revolution, the old guard held their ground. Timex continued its reign as the reliable, affordable choice. Their Indiglo watches were a revelation. Rolex, the epitome of luxury, remained aspirational. A Rolex was a status symbol, a sign of success. It transcended trends. Whether you were a student rocking a Timex or a high flyer sporting a Rolex, analog watches retained their appeal. They whispered of craftsmanship, of heritage. Section 5. Time as a fashion statement from grunge to glamour. The 90s were a melting pot of styles. Grunge, hip-hop, rave culture, each had its own sartorial language. And watches, they were the perfect accessory. A chunky G-Shock with ripped jeans and a band tee. Grunge perfection. A brightly coloured Swatch with a bomber jacket and platform shoes. Rave ready. Watches weren't just about telling time, they were about belonging, about expressing yourself. They were the ultimate 90s fashion statement. Section 6. The enduring tick of the 90s. A legacy forged in time. The 90s may be long gone, but their influence on watches is undeniable. It was a decade of bold experimentation and innovation, where watchmakers weren't afraid to push the boundaries of design and functionality. The innovations, the styles, the sheer diversity, it set the stage for the modern watch world. From digital displays to multifunctional dials, the 90s introduced features that we now take for granted. Today we're spoiled for choice. Smartwatches, vintage revivals, independent brands pushing boundaries. The market is flooded with options, each catering to different tastes and needs. But look closely, and you'll see echoes of the 90s everywhere. The boldness of Casio, the playfulness of Swatch, and the innovative spirit that defined the era. The enduring appeal of analog classics remains strong. These watches are not just about telling time. They are about making a statement, showcasing craftsmanship, and celebrating history. The 90s taught us that a watch is more than just a timekeeper. It's a piece of art, a symbol of personal style, and a cherished heirloom that can be passed down through generations. It's a statement, a memory, a connection to a specific moment in time. Each watch tells a story, capturing the essence of the era it was created in. A tiny piece of history on your wrist, reminding us of the past while we move forward.